Starting with the roll down. Imagine you're placed against a wall, peeling yourself off the wall, dropping your chin to your chest, feeling one segment of your spine at a time. Folding forwards, hands come to the floor, bending your knees if you need to, then stepping back into plank. Holding it in full plank. Knees to the floor, hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips, 4-point kneeling, tucking your chin to your chest, tucking your tail between the legs. Then dropping your belly button to the floor, dropping your chest, looking straight ahead. Reversing the movement, chin to your chest, tail between the legs, arch the back to the ceiling. And drop your belly button, drop your chest, lift the head. And once more, chin to your chest, tuck your tail, and reverse the movement. Tuck your toes under, lifting the hips up towards the ceiling, and then grounding down through the heels into your downward facing dog. Breathing in, lengthen through the hips, and breathing out, grounding through the heels. Again, you can keep the knees bent, and the heels don't need to touch the floor. Move forward into 4-point kneeling. Back into your cat curl, chin to your chest, tail between the legs. Reverse the position, dropping your belly button to the floor. Look straight ahead. And again. Tuck your toes under, hips up, ground down through the heels. Think about pushing your chest back towards the thighs. Breathing in as you lift the hips up towards the ceiling. Breathing out, grounding the heels into the floor. Coming back to 4-point kneeling. Step your left foot forwards. Keep your right hand on the floor. Take your left hand up towards the ceiling. Twist through the trunk, looking up towards the fingertips. Place the left hand down, switching your legs around. Right foot comes forwards. Left hand stays on the floor. Right hand up towards the ceiling, rotating through the back, looking towards the fingertips. Replacing the right hand down, stepping the right foot back into 4-point and pushing back into plank. From here, working into downward facing dog. So again, lifting up through the hips, grounding down through the heels, stepping the feet forwards if you need to. Pushing the chest back towards the thighs. Breathing in and out. Coming back to 4-point. Open your knees as wide as they can go. Bring your big toes to touch and sit your hips back on your heels. Walk the arms out in front. Breathing into the stretch here, letting the chest fall to the floor between the legs. Biasing the left side, bring your arms over to the right side. Feel the stretch down the left side of the trunk. Keep walking the arms over until you feel the stretch. Taking the arms around to the left side until you feel the stretch through the right side of the trunk. Bring the arms back to center. Work into your pigeon stretch. So bringing the right knee towards the left hand. Stretch your left leg back. Prop yourself on your elbows. And staying on top of your hips there. Try not to fall off to the side. You should feel the stretch through the right glute. You can drop your head towards your hands if it's comfortable. Changing to the other side. Left knee up towards the right hand. Push the right leg back straight. Prop yourself on your elbows first. Keeping your hips square. And if it's comfortable, you can drop your forehead down to your hands. And stay here for a few breaths. As you breathe out, let yourself relax into the stretch. Stepping both feet back, you're going to come down onto your front, working into your cobra, hands by your sides, elbows in by your trunk. You're going to peel your chest off the floor, working the back muscles. Try not to push through the hands. And lower. Breathe in as you lift the head and chest up off the floor. Keep your neck long. Feel the work in the back. And lower. And once more, breathing in, lifting up a little bit higher this time. Try not to push through the hands, use the back. Coming up into 4-point. Tuck your toes under and push back into downward dog. Hips go up towards the ceiling, grounding down through the heels. Pushing your chest back towards the thighs, breathing in and out. From here, stepping the left foot between the hands. Right knee to the floor first. Lifting the right knee off the floor, rotate and send your left hand up towards the ceiling, looking towards the fingertips. Keep that right knee straight. Bend a bit longer there. Coming up into your lunge stretch. So tucking your tail first, so your trunk is upright. Push the hips forward slightly and reach the right arm up towards the ceiling. You should feel a stretch through the front of your right thigh. Bend a bit longer and change to the other side. Right foot forwards between the hands. Left knee is straight. Right hand up towards the ceiling. Looking up towards the right hand, rotating and opening up through the right side. Replace the right hand down into your hip flexor stretch. Trunk is upright, tuck your tail, push the hips forwards, reach the left arm up, reach up through the fingertips and push your hips slightly forwards. Bring the feet together and we're going to come back up. So placing yourself back up against your imaginary wall. So stacking yourself back up one by one each segment of your spine. And the last thing to lift should be your chin off your chest.